Here we start with women inside a saloon. The ladies were busy doing their work, but they had no idea what was coming. It all seemed like a normal day at the office, but the circus that was to follow was absolutely comic.
Everybody get down! Give me all the money! It's got the buckets! Give me all the money! Get out! Where's the money? Give me the money!
The clown really wanted the money there for his performance, but no one was paying up.
Where's the money?
They all looked at this circus as the man went on with his act. The money was probably laughing its lungs off wherever it was. On this video, the culprit came in guns blazing, demanding cash from the lady. The lady was stunned there as she tried to make sense of the situation. She started counting the money, but suddenly as she handed him the cash, a gun went off. Bullets flew through the room as the culprit fell to the floor there. Someone had seen the robbery and decided to teach the clown a lesson. The robber was hit, and we see as he rushes into the getaway car and tried to escape the scene. They did not manage to go far as they were apprehended by the police at a traffic light with the culprit needing medical attention. He must have learned his lesson there. On our next video, we see people inside a jewelry store. The two men wearing reflectors seemed to be there on official business, but they had a different kind of business in mind. The man approaching the counter pretended to present a document. His sidekick was right behind, preparing to execute their foul plan. He pretends to explain the document there as the other culprit walked around the store. He then suddenly pepper sprays the owner. The owner was not about to back down as he returned fire with his own firearm. Here we see men entering another jewelry store. These clowns went straight to work here, breaking the glass. But the owner was not taking none of that nonsense. He suddenly started fighting back. The lady joined the fight as they defended their store there. Those were some serious kicks from her right there. The clowns were properly handled here as they stood no chance against these store owners. This video starts with a suspect entering a store and producing a firearm. It suddenly becomes a robbery in broad daylight, but the culprit was not ready for what was about to come. We see as he tries to intimidate the lady and the man, but the cowboy had something up his sleeve the clown wasn't expecting. He suddenly takes his chance there as the robber lost sight of him for a moment. Although the badass cowboy prevailed here, it is always recommended to trade carefully when firearms are involved. We see as he overpowers the culprit. The clown had zero chance against this experienced veteran. The man tried to escape, but the people were not about to watch this clown leave the area. They made sure he was caught and delivered to the police officers. Our next video is a complete circus show as we witness a seasoned clown in action. This lady came in the jewelry store pretending to be a high-end buyer, but she was about to prove to be a complete fraud. We see as she is welcomed inside one of the safe room as she requested a private area to select the gems. The lady had dressed for the part as she prepared thoroughly for her circus play. The deal was for 11 rings, which had a value of $11 million. We see as she starts to wrap up the gems using her paper and tape. This woman must have been doing this for a long time as she seemed to have tactics here. She bluntly puts the gems inside her bag without paying as she tried to outsmart the jeweler. The man was not buying it at all as he saw through this hilarious attempt. She then tries to give him another packet with fake jewelry as this was her plan all along. But this experienced jeweler was beyond astonished by this comic act. She really thought she could pull this laughable act right in front of him. The man then locked the lady inside the safe room as she continued to try and hide the gems. This was completely embarrassing as it was obvious the cops were bound to search her right through and end her circus. The police officers eventually came, and the lady tried to give them a $50 bill, which was beyond hilarious. She was then arrested. This culprit met the most nonchalant owner ever. We see as he tried to scare and demand money from the owner, but the man paid the clown no mind at all. He even completed his orders right in front of the culprit, as he had no time for his nonsense. The clown was completely surprised by these actions, as he had no idea what to do or how to move after being totally embarrassed here. He eventually gave up and left after realizing his failure here. The owner must have had enough of these robberies and decided he was not taking none of it anymore. These culprits decided to enter this garage, but they had no idea what this day had in store for them. We see as they break in and start their heist. They were looking for valuables inside the home, but they were about to be taught a valuable lesson by karma. We see as they herd back to the back of the garage where the cars are, but the way was blocked by a mini tanker. They then start to try and make way for the cars, but that's when things were bound to go left. These clowns must have thought they had hit the jackpot here, as they seemed excited. We see as they started to try and break the chain off the tank. This was about to be a real bad idea, as they had no idea what was about to happen. Suddenly, the other clown reversed the tank with the third clown behind. The truck struck the man there as he was busy behind. On our final video, we see a man behind the counter at a store. The man was minding his business when a suspect approached, producing a gun. The owner was quicker there, as he produced his own gun faster, ending the circus right then and there. The man backed down after that failure. On our next video, we see an old man walking towards an ATM at night. These situations can be dangerous in sketchy areas, mostly at night. We then see another man approaching. He definitely had plans to profit off this old-timer here, but he definitely chose the wrong one. The old man stood his ground, as he had no plans to donate to this clown. We can see him exchanging blows with this culprit rolling down the years. He was not about to take this clown's nonsense. Old man wanted all the smoke here, as he taunted the thief. This man was followed home in broad daylight by culprits. We see as they approached the man before spraying pepper spray on the man. The man did not let that stop him, as he fought back through the pain. The clowns had zero chance here, as they failed miserably in their attempt. Other people came to help the man as they all chased the clowns out of the area. Props to the community there for standing up against this disgraceful behavior.